Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today I'm going to show you how to install the CURT custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2025 Subaru Ascent. So if you're using your Subaru as an adventure vehicle, then adding a hitch to the rear is going to be a great idea. It's going to allow you to have many accessories, like our neighbor today is actually going to be using this for a bike rack. You can perfectly hide this behind the panel on the Subaru. You can click this into place, and now it's back to OEM factory look. As opposed to some other hitches on the market, they do have hitches that go down this low and you can see the cross tube. But I would definitely recommend this one because it gives your vehicle a way better look. Your total towing capacity is going to be 5,000 pounds. And your total tongue weight, which is the weight pushing down on your hitch, is going to be 750 pounds. Now this is compatible with weight distribution systems, but those numbers will stay the same when you're using that. Now this hitch is a 2" by 2" hitch receiver, which will accommodate most accessories. And you will need a 5/8" pin and clip. This will not come in the kit, but it will come with most of your accessories. If you don't have one, it is a good idea to pick up a locking one just so you have that extra sense of security. And now getting to the safety chain loops, you can see that they're on top here. They're a little difficult to get to if you have a clevis style, but you still can if you get from underneath. Same with the S-hook. From the ground to the top of our hitch receiver, and that's about 23.5 inches. So that's good to know in case you have an accessory and you don't want that to be bottoming out when you're going up a hill. This one sits pretty high because it is up under that fascia, so you probably won't have to worry about that. Now your next measurement is from the center of the pin to the outside of your bumper, and that will be about 2.5 inches. So this doesn't stick out too far. And that's good to know in case you have any folding accessories and you want to make sure that doesn't come in contact with your bumper. Please let us know if you get this hitch, what kind of adventures you're going on, and what you're using the hitch for in a review or comment. Now getting onto the install, it is fairly simple. You do have to remove the rear fascia here, but it's not too difficult. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, please feel free to check out our dealer locator and we can find a professional in your area to do it for you. But without further ado, let's get into the installation. I'm going to go over here to our wheel well, and there's going to be a push pin fastener you're going to want to remove. So I'm just going to get my flathead screwdriver, get it clicked out, and pull these out on both sides. Got some push pin fasteners to remove. There's going to be 3 on the driver's side, 3 on the passenger, and then you're going to have 2 here for your panel to when you remove that later. So I'm going to start over here and get these removed. You may need a trim panel tool, make it a little easier just so you don't damage your push pins. And now something to note is some Subarus do come with a mud flap on here, so you will just have to do additional push pins on the back of this to get this fascia removed. So I opened the rear hatch here, and now you're going to want to remove this trim piece. It should just unclip pretty easily. You can set that to the side. And now I'm going to go ahead and take out this 10mm screw that's holding the fascia in. I'm going to do this on both sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply painter's tape to where we're going to remove this lower fascia, just so when we put it on and off, we don't get any chipping where the two meet. So now we can go and get this lower fascia removed. You're going to want to start in the wheel well and kind of pull it out. It's just going to be clips. Just kind of gently work it around. To get to this section, you may need to grab it underneath. When doing this, it's good to have a friend helping you get this removed here. I got Jesse with me, and we're just going to get this unclipped. Don't pull it out too far once you get it unclipped. It is pretty secured in there, so it does take a little bit of force. But there is a clip on this side, so I'm just going to go ahead and unplug this. And now we can set this to the side. We're going to want to remove our blind spot sensor wiring from our existing bumper. So get your trim panel tool or flathead screwdriver, and get this popped out. And this is the passenger side, and this one will have to get removed as well. I'm going to take my 17mm socket and remove all 4 of these bolts. Get this removed, and I'm going to set this to the side. And now you're going to see some brackets that kind of protrude out, and you're just going to want to hammer those flush so we can get our hitch in. Now we can go and put our hitch into place. Just put it on those factory bolts there, and I'm going to put back on our nuts that came off of these, just to get this held into place. Now these 3 bolts are going to be new hardware that come in your kit. You're going to have the bolt with a conical tooth washer. Make sure those teeth are facing towards the metal so it bites into it. So I'm going to get these all hand tight. Once you get everything hand tight, as you can see here, it does have some play to it. So I would just recommend getting it as center as possible on your vehicle, and then we can tighten them down. Now I'm going to torque these all down to the specs in the instructions. Now if you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can purchase one here at eTrailer, or you usually can rent one at your local auto parts store. Now we can go ahead and clip back our wire harness in. There's going to be holes in the top of your hitch that you can just push these back into. And now with some help, I got Zach helping me here. I'm going to go ahead and get this fascia back in place. Do remember to plug back in your wire harness. Now we can get this pushed back in. Now I'm just getting these hardware back in on the bottom here. Now I'm going to not put these 2 back in. This is our cover for our hitch. And our neighbor actually opted to get these turn type fasteners where you just turn them and they're spring actuated. So you can just actually use these to pop this off instead of having to remove the push pins every time. Now we don't offer these here, but you can go to your local Subaru dealer and pick these up. With all your fasteners back in place, you are ready to hit the road. And that was a look at the CURT Trailer Hitch on our 2025 Subaru Ascent. I'm Daniel, thanks for watching.